Live from Saddleback Studios in Mission Viejo. Welcome to The Scoop. Hello, I'm your host, Esmeralda Olamendi, and I'm so happy to be here with you on our first episode. I hope you're ready for a season of adventure where we take you outside the ordinary in Orange County and also introduce you to members of the community that make Orange County a unique place. On today's show, we'll update you on local news, introduce you to Professor Robert Farnsworth, improve our penmanship skills with our guest from Whole Brain Power, and lastly, we'll show you a wonderful place to take the family. So let's get to it. The Saddleback College journalism program has been busy reporting on what's in our community. And we'll also meet a unique boy doing something so simple to save the environment. Here it is, The Scoop on Channel 39.
So ripping into our first bag, and mostly we have plastic in it.
Ryan Hickman is a 7-year-old entrepreneur from San Juan Capistrano and turning trash into cash. Over the past 5 years, Ryan has gathered a pretty large amount of money, as well as some celebrity recognition, landing him a hefty bonus.
$10,000 plus another $10,000 from Ballin Show.
Oh.
So $20,000.
That's a lot of dollars. What do you want to do with that money?
Buy a garbage truck.
Ryan isn't hindered by the $75,000 needed for his garbage truck. He just keeps on rolling.
This is rabbit speed!
His parents have been along for the ride since he was 3.5 and continue to support him every step of the way.
He was small enough that I could hold him and he would just feed him into the machine. So it was just kind of more of like, okay, let's go do this and it might be fun. And he thought it was fun and he loves to sort, but once he gets his mind made up to do something, he's on it. And we weren't sure on this whole recycling thing if this is going to last a couple weeks or whatnot, and now it's 4 years later and he's still excited about it. It just kind of took off from there, more of just something fun to do, and then the more he kind of found out, like, okay, wow, this is great for the environment. Last I checked, there's been stories on him so far in 24 countries.
No entrepreneur can do it alone, and Ryan is no exception. In addition to his supportive parents, his teachers have been a large part of his inspirational story.
And then now he's like an honorary person, so he gets to ride in our custodian's golf cart with him. That's kind of Ryan.
I want to be a garbage man. Recycled 200,000 bottles.
What's your favorite part about recycling?
Saving the planet and keeping bottles and cans out of the ocean.
Ryan has had a huge impact on his community, as well as the people who surround him.
Very cool.
For 27 years of teaching, and I've never had somebody this driven for a passion of something. And that's why I think he's really unique.
To learn more about Ryan's recycling mission, visit his website.
Ryan'sRecycling.com.
Past meets present at the Saddleback College Art Gallery this semester. 39 past and present faculty members' art is on display at the Past and Present Art Exhibit until March 16th. Sculpting instructor Ernie Welke has taught at Saddleback for 47 years now, stressing how important art is.
I get students here that are adults and they've never worked with their hands. That hands-on kind of learning just can't be substituted for reading about it or talking about it or seeing it on a computer screen.
For more information on times, please visit saddleback.edu under campus events.
Ryan, is this a good start? Visit Ryan's website at ryansrecycling.com. And don't forget to visit all of the talented students and their work. Now, have you noticed all the new plants on campus? Well, here at The Scoop, we had an opportunity to sit down with Saddleback College Landscape and Design.
Thank you, Esmeralda. I'm Chris Duncan, and I'd like to introduce you to our special guest. He's the head of the horticulture department, a professional landscape designer, and a horticulture professor here at Saddleback College. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you Professor Robert J. Farnsworth. Thank you for being here with us today, Professor. Can you tell me a little bit about the horticulture program and what you do here?
Thanks for having me, Chris. Yes, the horticulture program's been alive and well at Saddleback College for 30 years. We're leaders in the field locally. We teach all about horticulture and the sustainable practices associated with it.
Wow, that's awesome, Professor. And with landscape design being a part of the course material here, can you tell us a little bit about landscape design and what it is that you teach in that class?
Landscape design's a wonderful career. There's opportunities for our students. We teach how to make designs both functional and sustainable. All of the designs that our Saddleback students do really, we're hoping, will not only be pleasant to look at, but will contribute to the local ecology.
Now, you mentioned that there are plenty of opportunities for students here at Saddleback. Can you tell me about how the course material prepares students for the job field? Are there job opportunities that are provided to students upon graduation of your course?
There's tremendous job opportunities in the field of landscape design as well as horticulture. Our phones ring off the hook every week, people saying, I'm going to kill my lawn, what should we do next? And we like to supply alternatives, designs that don't take so much water, don't take so much chemicals or maintenance and pollution and such.
And what kind of facilities are provided to students here at Saddleback College for the study of horticulture?
Well, we have a Conley greenhouse, one of the world's leading manufacturers of greenhouse structures. We have a 10,000 square foot greenhouse on a couple of acres. We have 50 individual garden plots where the students learn how to grow organically. And the greenhouse itself is kept at a good 70-degree average germination rate, so we grow a lot of plants.
Wow. And speaking of the kinds of plants you grow, are there any requirements for the types of plants that need to be grown for students here in order to get a grade?
Well, we're flexible. We do explore all about vegetables and ornamentals, and then we give students their choice of what they'd like to grow and take home with them. Students are working a lot right now propagating native plants, and they might propagate 20 plants, take home a few, but leave the ones for campus, and we're planting them on campus and spreading the good gardens that way.
Awesome. Okay, and I know that there are a couple of events that happen here on campus as well that sort of benefit the horticultural program here, and they sort of procure the use of students and their plants, right?
Yes.
What are those? Can you speak to those?
We have 2 plant sales a year, one in the fall, one in the spring. 100% of the proceeds go to student scholarships. So students are involved in helping to grow those plants and help with the sale.
Outstanding. Okay, what is the biggest takeaway for you, like for students? What do you want them to take away from your program the most?
Well, in our introductory programs, we want to get them to have an appreciation of how horticulture affects their everyday lives.
Awesome.
From the food that they eat to the water they drink, it's all involves horticulture and green plants and healthy ecosystems.
Can you tell me very, very quickly, how can someone get involved in this program if they wanted to, or help?
Oh, come by the greenhouse anytime. See me or my colleague Ken Lee. Our classes don't require a lot of prerequisites. We have many introductory classes, intro to landscape design, intro to horticulture.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and we hope you have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thanks to Robert Farnsworth for sharing the passion for your craft. If you're interested in learning how to grow in your own garden or understand the fundamentals of landscape and design, just sign up for a class. You can go to saddlebackcollege.edu. We'll take a quick break. Don't change that channel. It's The Scoop on Channel 39. percentage of our brain do we use on a daily basis? For our next segment, William Pike is in the studio with Michael Lavery and Ryan Lane from Whole Brain Power. The two will demonstrate a few activities that can help us improve our memory and penmanship. Take it away, Will.
Thanks, Esmeralda. Today in the studio, we're honored to have Michael J. Lavery, who's a brain coach and somebody that can help all of us improve the power of our minds.
Well,
how are you doing, Michael?
I'm doing fantastic, William. I've written a book entitled Whole Brain Power. I have a system that I've been working on for 33 years. I also have a Whole Brain Power workbook, a 90-day progress journal. So to cut to the chase, what I've done in my own experiment of training my brain is I've become a penwalder, which means I elected to become ambidextrous through diligent training. And interestingly enough, I learned how to become ambidextrous through the game of tennis, and then it went into the game of golf. And then when people saw some of my motor controls, my motor skills ambidextrously, they were so surprised. They said to me, if you could show me a little bit of what you've discovered, I'd be honored to start coaching with you. So they started to hire me as a consultant. So they called me the Hammer Man. One day I decided to develop my hand-eye coordination, and believe it or not, 15 years later, I'm able to bounce this golf ball, my world record, 7,148 times. Now, I did it with either hand, and that's what's shocking people. David Letterman had me on the Letterman show, and I was bouncing golf balls. I made top 10 plays of the day for ESPN Sports Center. This past week, I set an unofficial world record on video of 481 times on the ball peen hammer. Now, some people think that I have this special capacity for spatial intelligence, but I'm proving it's transferable. That's what's exciting. So if I could transfer this information to others, and then you could take this hammer here, let me see if you can actually, on the first try, bounce it 5 times in a row.
So Letterman had this as in his top 10 list of things to do if all you have is a hammer and a golf ball at home, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
unbelievable.
You know?
Look at that.
So I'm picturing David Letterman watching. Hi, Dave. Thanks for watching Saddleback Television.
Look, and I told you were going to improve.
You were supposed to get the Tonight Show. See, I thought about that conflict, and my zen went away.
Now, be honest with the audience.
I'm honest with the audience.
You practiced
the show
earlier.
business. I did, but very little, and I have improved in no time. So would you say most people have a lot of room for improvement?
I can guarantee you, if you started the hammer drill training, you'd be doing it 500 times in a row in 30 days. Now, let's talk about your penmanship. We have a guest today with us named Ryan Lane, and Ryan's going to come up here and show the audience how he's able to use his technology called Focus Band. Hi, Ryan.
Mr. Lavery.
It's an honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
Ryan,
how are you doing, Ryan? Good to see you.
Yes, you too.
Let me see if I can hold this technology, Ryan.
The only things I've done 500 times in 30 days we can't actually talk about on the air. So this kind of wholesome thing is very, very good.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, my name is Ryan Lane, and I'm going to show you how you can get over to the right side of your brain from doing penmanship. So you put this focus band on. You just make sure it's strapped, and you turn on this device here. And it shows you whether you're in the right or the left side of your brain. Mr. Lavery, do you mind showing or explaining what that means?
Well, this red band coming across and the fact that Ryan's left brain is in the red means that he might be a little bit distracted. So he's going to grab this pen and trace over one of my sheets here, and hopefully he's going to start moving the band. So think about agate, Ryan, and I make suggestions, calm your brain down, do the penmanship. See if you can move. Oh, he's moving it a little bit now.
Let me turn it over, and I want to do some loops, actually.
He's moving it a little bit now. So think about agate, think about surfing, calm state, flow state. He's starting to move the band a little bit now. If he can't move this band, he's going to have to give that band to me so that I can actually move it over. So
I can move this band, sir.
We're going to give you 10 more seconds, Mr. Lane. You're moving it now, sir.
You know, the band didn't like Yoko, but she went on to a great career, so maybe.
So Mr. Lane is going to have to...
I can do it, sir. I can do this. I'm going to switch over to my left hand.
Mr. Lane did move the band, so would you allow me the honors of putting on the focus band, sir? Coach Larry's going to put the focus band on. Now, what I'm going to do is work on my penmanship.
I feel like being a golf announcer and whispering about what's going on, you know? For our viewers now. Penmanship tournament at Tony Pines.
Trace.
So what he's doing is corresponding to what we're seeing. And this is, I think, it's like a level up now, although I'm messing it up.
No, you're not messing
Or maybe
with
that
it.
was somebody at home. Come on. He's trying to concentrate here.
Well, I am concentrating, sir. So when I have the pen in hand, my brain is now wanting to flow. This is called flow state technology.
Let me try that one more time, sir.
Even when I am speaking, I'm able to achieve.
Well, I think that was very impressive, and I believe that is all the time we have. It goes by so fast. Oh. There's a little misunderstanding there. I'm sorry. But I was in a trance there, and see, look at that! Like the host got hypnotized. All right, so what we're seeing here, this isn't dead air, it's a penmanship competition, or is it a brain expansion competition?
Well, this is showing how the brain's working in the prefrontal cortex. And I've been doing this penmanship training for many years, so my brain automatically knows how to move over to the other side of the river. And Mr. Lane is able to move this focus band.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, this is, I would say, great proof that this is a legitimate system that you're showing. Because if it was something that was in any way, not on the up and up, you would have your acolyte immediately show it off, and it would look very easy. Instead, it looks really hard. You're not even letting me get anywhere near it, and I don't blame you.
If we do another session where we have some people that would be willing to volunteer, they will be shocked as to how difficult it is to control the brain waves with the EEG showing the right side of the brain. So he has shown a little bit. He's starting to get over now. There he goes. He's getting over. The more he does these loops.
I see that. We only have about 15 seconds left, but I want to make sure we get to your website, which is perfectpenmanship.com and wbp.io.
That is correct.
And this has been very informative. Thank you very much, Mr. Lavery.
Oh, it's been an honor.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
What interesting information. It's all coming back to me now. Well, you can visit their website at perfectpenmanship.com. We're going to take another quick break, so stay tuned, and we have more exciting stories. It's The Scoop on Channel 39.
Saddleback College enriches its students and the South Orange County community by providing a comprehensive array of high-quality courses and programs. We foster student learning and success in the attainment of academic degrees and career technical certificates, transfer to four-year institutions, and improvement of basic skills. We dedicate ourselves to excellence in academics, student support, and community service. We hope Saddleback College will be your first choice.
Next up, we're going to take a look at Reparations, the musical written and directed by filmmaker Courtney Miller. Reparations is a story about the power of optimism against forces that are seemingly more powerful than yourself. Mr. Miller, here it goes. I hope you're ready.
Reparations the Musical is a film about the fact that even though racism exists, it's not an excuse to not do the very best that you can. The film takes place over 3 different time periods, and one would think that the end of slavery, the end of segregation, and when Obama gets elected would be an amazing, hopeful time for Black Americans, and it is. But what happens to our main character is that he finds out that even though things have changed, some things have stayed the same.
With the shovel, I'ma dig out this misery, build a legacy, put a black page in history.
The very first song of the film takes place during the end of slavery, and at the time when the slaves are set free, Clifford, he goes into this song, and in the song, the theme is the shovel. And the idea there is that a shovel for a slave is everything. A shovel is life. A shovel is hope. The song is about how he's going to take the shovel and basically dig a new future for himself and his family. At the end of the 1860s, when he becomes a free slave, his first thought is trying to figure out, how he's going to make a living. In the 1960s, he's looking for a job at a warehouse. And even in the 2008 time period, when he goes and meets the CEO, he's looking for a job.
We can now report history. Barack Obama is projected to be the next president of the United States of America.
We got a black man as president. It's evident this was heaven sent.
Clifford McGee is an amazing rapper, dancer, actor, and there was no other choice. I mean, for me, it was him hands down. So as soon as I wrote the script, I got in contact with him to make sure that he was okay, and he was all on board. So he was my original choice, my number 1 choice.
The power's reversed with white people served. Down on both knees, cleaning floors till they bleed. Illegitimate half-breeds with buckets of pig feed, tasting their own blood till they no longer hungry.
Hip-hop musical. There aren't going to be too many of those in any film festivals this year. Number 1, it's hard to get the dancers and the choreography and the music together, and I think it's just going to be something that'll be a little bit different, a nice, fresh way of looking at films in a really distinct way.
Please, Lord, just set me free. Don't let them bury me. Give me your strength, give me your life.
How do you create a short film that takes place over 3 different time periods? And so I figured that one of the best ways to do that was to make it feel like at the beginning of every scene, we would have a close-up of his face and we would pull back out to show that we were in a new time period. And we would add some additional information by showing a title. Hopefully, I'll keep putting really good people around me that know the business better than me, that are smarter than me, that can help me to get to that next level. Because my ultimate goal is to be a director, a full-time director.
You have the power to decide.
Courtney Miller, we applaud your profound ability in creating such a unique piece. We all here can't wait to see Reparations at the Newport Beach Film Festival this late April. Next, we're going to take you on an adventure. We found a local family man whose vision for a fun family environment inspired him to create this one in a place that I don't think you'll ever not want to go to again. Here's Laser Island.
Doug Hornecker saw a vision of entertainment after the economic crisis in 2008. With 5 children to feed, he wanted to operate Laser Island differently than anywhere else.
There was another laser tag place that was about 30 minutes away from us. And so when we started the business, what we wanted to do was kind of take the concept to the next level. We would notice at laser tag places that there wouldn't really be open seating, a comfortable place for the adults. So a lot of times the adults who really like playing laser tag a lot of times they would just drop the kids off and then pick them up later. So what we want to do is create more of a cafe, have some coffee, have some Wi-Fi, maybe a sports channel, create a cafe type of setting where the parents could come and hang out and interact with their kids, or they could go and join them.
Since opening Laser Island in Upland, the customer base grew, and so did the demand for a larger location.
you know, if we could do this again, we're just going to try everything we can to do that. And so we had looked for locations for quite a while until we found this one here in Placentia. And so when we found it, we kind of knew it was filled right, it was the right kind of spot. And it's pretty much the same as our Upland location, except it's a little bit roomier, a little bit bigger, and we really like the feel of it.
It's like a jungle. So in that jungle, a shipwreck was there, and there's a volcano happening. Like super detailed, you can see the lines, you can see the waterfall, it's very, very, very bright. You can see the tiki lips, they're like all cool. Like the ship alone is pretty awesome because there's the skeletons up there with the tiki flags and whatnot. And it's like a shipwreck, it's like really detailed. I think they put a lot of hard work into it.
Laser Island in Placentia not only has a great jungle theme, it also has outside activities for everyone to enjoy.
And then we have our miniature golf.
So it's a 9-hole golf putt, and you can get your little tally marks, your little note cards, and you can mark them down.
And our climbing that are in the outside areas.
Coke climb is very fun because I see a lot of people climb up and down, try and beat that high score.
And of course our arcade games. And then we make all of our food fresh to order so that people can have their party with everything here. The food comes out nice and hot.
Laser Island is located at 1840 North Placentia Avenue. Friendly staff is awaiting upon your arrival with a smile.
Remember, viewers, that's here in lovely Side Orange County. You can take the kids, take your family to Laser Island, and you can visit their website. For more information, they're laserisland.com. Well, this wraps up the episode of The Scoop. I want to give a very special thanks to Saddleback friends and family. This is The Scoop.